Welcome into everybody. Alright, let me find myself, get myself shared out. When you pop on, just let me know that you're here, all the good things. Just get myself all shared and ready to go. Okay, so welcome in everybody. I've got like a minute left, but while we wait for everybody, we are going to at least start getting this out of the package. Thank you, Miss Wendy. I appreciate you. And thank you for inviting me to the event. I appreciate always being part of events in your group. So in today's event, it is called Busting into Fall. So I'm going quite literal and we're doing a busted canvas. So yes, good morning for you, good afternoon for me. All right, so I have a canvas here that I'm going to repurpose. Let me show you guys down here. So I have this canvas that I'm going to repurpose. I'd gotten this one from Michael's last year, I think in one of their grab boxes or something, after the season was over. And we are going to start by taking whatever image you want to be coming out of the busted canvas, and I'm going to be gluing this onto the inside here. Okay, so we're going to maneuver the paper a little bit because you know, it's going to require just a little shaping there so that I can do that. My pleasure. Alrighty, I need me a brush. That would be quite helpful. I had me a brush. And then let me get a thing of packaging. I save all of like my little, you know, all the packaging that comes with our stuff when we buy things. I keep all the plastic and I use it either for glue, paint, sometimes I use it to make windows. It just depends. Hello there, Mama Connie. Welcome in, friend. How are you? I hope you are having a blessed weekend. Okay, so I'm actually going to just come on under here a little bit, and because I know the paper's not going to go all the way through, so I just want to make sure that I won't have like too many open areas. Hopefully you are all having a lovely afternoon. It is the weekend, so hopefully everybody is also enjoying their weekend as well. And I am using Anita's pumpkin. I'm so sad that I cannot get that anymore, but I absolutely love this color. It is one of my favorites when it comes to oranges. It's like this burnt orange color. I was really sad when the Hobby Lobby decided that they were going to downsize all their crafting stuff. You haven't seen one done in like forever? Yeah, because you know, people get on like the hype of stuff, and then they do a whole bunch of it, and then everybody gets tired of it, which is one of the reasons why I never follow the rules and never do just what everyone else is doing. So, and I'm gonna actually go ahead and paint a little bit, because this canvas is a black canvas. Not really what I would have preferred, but it's what I had. I was gonna like quick run out to the store, because I was like, wait, I've had this idea that I wanted to do a busted canvas, and then I'm like, where are all my canvases? I can't find one. So I was gonna run to the store, and then I saw this one, and I was like, it's fine, we can paint it, it'll be fine. I'm like, I don't need to go spend money. Money I ain't got right now. Nah, when you gotta clean. I hear you. I hear you. Today's gonna be a bit of a busy day for me. I'm in today's event. I have some events on Whatnot as well, and then usually my Sundays are calm, and I try not to do anything until late Sunday after hubby's gone to work, so that we can spend time together, because it's hard, you know, when the only day that we know that he'll have time to do anything if we want to is Sunday. So even if all we do is sit down and watch TV together, you know, that's all you know, I'm very grateful for that. So that's why many times you guys don't see me on Sundays unless it's like really late, and it's because I wait for him to go to work to do anything. And then also, you know, I have to make sure that I'm ready for Monday's classes on Sundays, so that also takes up a good bit of my Sunday as well. Ugh, the backyard. Well, usually outside stuff, I tend to leave to my husband and the boys. And, well, we only have one boy left. So I usually leave outdoor chores to them. And, you know, with my husband working as much as he does, I try my best not to say much if it takes him a while to get to things, because I understand he's tired, he doesn't want to deal with that, and it's not fun. But I did tell him the other day I was going to look for something in the barn, and I told him it was a disaster, you know, to get through, to get in. And, you know, he was like, yeah, he thought I was talking about all, like, my stuff, and I'm like, no. I'm like, once you're in the barn, there's a clear path around the table that's in there. I was like, my stuff wasn't the problem. What the problem was that it was a literal war zone to get in because of the amount of spider webs. I literally had to like cut through. We do. You always have to give your partner time, you know. Your husband or your wife, you know, they need your time, because you have to be able to stay connected. But, you know, he also does his thing and I do my thing. The things that we enjoy. I enjoy crafting. He enjoys his trains.
Yeah, tinkering with this kind of stuff. Yeah.
Now you gotta put it down here. They won't see it. Right?
There?
This camera. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that
computers.
kind of stuff.
That's what you like to play with. Trains, computers, electronics, that's your thing.
I got something else working the way I wanted it to.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that, puppy. Glad to hear that.
Yeah, I got the sensors where I can run the speedometer from here. I don't even need to check MRI.
Cool.
Use it for programming and stuff.
Yeah, lots of spider webs, I know.
Oh, good God, yes.
He's like, oh, good God, yes. Huh?
Around here, yes.
Yes, it's bad. And I actually heard somebody say that it's like really bad this year. And I'm like, yeah, I can agree with that. It is really bad this year, more than usual. So, how are you doing, sweet Tammy? It has been a while, my friend. It's so nice to see you. All right, so like I said, I know that a lot of you guys have done the busted canvases or seen them done, and as Miss Wendy said, it's been a while. So whatever image I want to come through when I cut into my canvas, so in this case it's gonna be, yeah, this printable, you want the image facing down. Okay, so we're going to apply I'm going to do it straight to this, and then we'll tuck it in and we'll heat set it. So I'm going to actually apply my glue straight onto my paper, and then we'll heat set it, because that'll be the easiest way to go. And then I have a little separate little container that I was using for my glue, so we're going to use that one. And this is just regular school glue, guys. Elmer school glue. If you've got Mod Podge, you can definitely do that, of course. So, you know, if you are surviving, my dear, you are doing well, because life is not easy. Actually, I just remembered I need to put it facing upward, not down, because if not, I'm not going to see the image. I just thought about that. You know, that's one of the things that I actually like about crafting live, is because when I'm talking, I actually have to think out loud. So I have to, you know, check myself. And I'm like, wait a second, that didn't make sense the more I thought about it. So I'm adding some water to my glue just to make it a little looser, so it'll be easier to manipulate. Y'all, cat glitter is real everywhere, even on my brushes. What's up with that? Hello there, the Outcast Crafter. This lovely lady will be up after me. And like I said, I'm starting off the event, so there is a day full of amazing crafters waiting for you here. So please stay tuned, okay? Make sure that you are sticking around and you are watching and supporting everybody. I'll be popping in and out, like I said, because I do have some commitments over on the Whatnot Selling app, but I will be, that's why it's really nice, because we have multiple devices, right? And if I miss somebody, I'll watch the replay. Yeah, it's something he's using for whatever he's got going on. What is this, sweetie? No, I told you I have a craft live, and then I have the whatnot later this afternoon. Okay. Why? What's wrong? Okay. I'm excited to see what everybody's interpretation of busting into fall will be. Like I said, soon as I heard busting into fall, I was like, ooh, I'm doing a busted canvas. I haven't done one of those in a while, and I'm like, you know what? I do a lot of, you know, I guess straight paper crafting. So I was like, we need to do something a little bit different. So this was fun. Yeah, I don't do glitter, but we have 6 kitties, so we have cat glitter. They honor us with their cat glitter. You see me doing a side eye over here, right? Yeah, they honor us with their cat glitter, and it doesn't go away. It's always everywhere, and I try my best, but you know, they hang out with me in the craft room. They have their own special spots. They have to inspect all packages, incoming and outgoing, so they are constantly, you know, and it doesn't matter how much you brush them. It really doesn't matter how much you brush them, they just keep up. They keep leaving it around, and I've heard from doggy parents that they have that problem sometimes as well, depending on the dog. So what can I say? It happens, right? Alright, so I'm gonna dry this because I'm gonna do the iron-on method, because it'll help to solidify things. So I'm gonna dry this right quick. But I know it's early. Maybe it's definitely earlier for some, and this is not a usual time for me. So I am very grateful for all of you guys being here and coming out to watch me, having me on your phones or whatever device you're observing me through. I do appreciate you. But yeah, I can't have glitter because I've used glitter and then we end up with some very sparkly kitties. And so when my black cat is all shimmery and shining, I was like, yeah, that might be the sign that I don't need to use glitter. And she's walking around and she looks like a unicorn because she's got different colors on her. Yeah. Hey there, Miss Sheila. How are you doing, my friend? Thank you for popping on. I appreciate you very, very much. I hope you're having a blessed Saturday afternoon. We are in Dusty Granny's event group, and the theme for today is busting into fall, and I took it literally and am doing a busted canvas. So yeah, that's me. Sometimes I take things literal, sometimes I let my imagination go wild with things, but this time I just let it go wild. Well, let it go literal and a little wild. So, alright. This is why I like to put my glue on my paper, because then now I can just manipulate my paper however I need. Obviously, if the glue would have been wet, forget about it. There was no moving anything anywheres. That would not have happened. Okay, and then of course we'll be able to get all of the wrinkles out. You're getting ready for work? Yeah. Yeah, hubby actually had to go in this morning. They were fixing something on one of the main machines. And so he didn't have to go in last night, but he had to go in today. So of course his sleep schedule is going to be all messed up, and then he still has to turn around and go back in tomorrow night for his normal shift. So whoop-de-doo, right? Come on. This is, you are being more difficult than you need to be, paper. And if I miss anybody's comments, I'm so sorry. I know that sometimes, depending on, you know, the Book of Faces, they show you or don't show you, so please forgive me if I have missed anybody. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining me this Saturday afternoon while we have some fun here. Okay, so see that? Got it all nice and tucked in there to the sides. Alright. Okay, so Amy, Rosa. Who's Rosa? Oh, Miss Rosa is Outcast, but who? Amy. I didn't see an Amy. I'm sorry. Hello, welcome in. Sorry I missed you. Alright, we are going to use something. If you have Teflon, you can use Teflon. I'm not quite sure where mine ended up, so I have been using these sheets, these parchment sheets that already come cut up from the Dollar Tree. And I like that they're already cut too, so I'm not having to have a big old roll and having to tear it. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, depending on, like, I can tell you that sometimes who I see one over the, you know, is different, and which I don't understand why that has to be that way. She was watching. Well, thank you for watching. And I'm sorry if I didn't see you come in. I do appreciate everybody who takes their time to come and say hi, pop in, even if you are a silent watcher, because I know that I am many times a silent watcher. My friends can attest to that. I tend to sometimes be very quiet in the background. And then other times I'll be chatting up a storm, you know. Yes, that's what I was saying. Sometimes if it's just the And even then, it sometimes will show me and sometimes it won't show me. Because a few times that my husband has sat in and he'll be having his phone with him, and I'll have my phone up and I'll have the chat on the computer, and I'll see somebody pop in, you know, doing the watching on my phone. The computer doesn't show you that, but the phone, the mobile will show you that. And so I'll say hi to somebody, and then, you know, I'll be quiet and he'll say hi to somebody, and I'm like, who are you saying hi to? Because I don't see that person. And it's because on his end he did see it, you know. And I'm like, really? Like, why are you seeing that and I'm not seeing that? So I'm just going over where the wood would be, to get any paper that would have been under the wood. Well, hello there, Midwest. How are you doing, friend? Thank you so much for popping in. Welcome into Dusty Granny's event. We are busting into fall. I am the first presenter. I'm honored to be starting us off, and I am starting us off with a busted canvas, because I took the busting into fall very, very literally. So yeah, I took it very literally, and I am repurposing a canvas that I had picked up, I think last year or maybe even the year before that, in one of Michael's grab boxes, because you can see it was like a Halloween themed, and obviously we're not doing that. Okay, so I painted the edges just in case if when I roll out there might be some visible. I'm not that concerned if some of the wording, you know, or lines still show. The bulk of it is done. This is my image paper that I want to be what's going to show. Alright, so I have that. Now we need to do the layer that when we bust out, the layer that we're going to see. And ideally you would want a canvas that is the flat canvas, you know, the board canvas that's the same size, but I didn't have one, so we are going to make do. All right, and we are actually going to utilize just a piece of cardboard, and then this is the image that's going to go on the inside, and I'm actually going to cut this out and decoupage this onto it. Okay, so let me grab my cardboard right quick. So this is just a piece of box, literally, of a cardboard box. And I'm going to trace this so that I can cut it down properly. Alright, so again, just utilizing what I already had, and making something pretty. Had some printables already downloaded onto my computer under my fall list. So that is what we will be using. Now, I wonder if yeah, that's gonna be too wide. I won't be able to do that. Might be able to do this side though. So that I can at least get somewhat of a straight line. And then I can cut the rest. And then we'll do this side as well. So there is a day filled with awesome creators, so stick around. If you are new to the group, welcome in, Miss Bonnie. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate that. And I am just going to finish it off with my craft knife, X-Acto knife, box cutter, if that's what you have. I mean, there's all kinds of things that you can use when cutting, you know, cardboard. And I love to repurpose as much as possible so that the stuff does not end up in the landfill, which is one of the reasons why I love to upcycle and to junk journal. And then I am cutting my corrugated box. Let my husband tell you, it's not a cardboard box. A cereal is a cardboard box because it is only one layer. Let me tell you, I got schooled on boxes, the parts of the box, what they're called, the different sizes that they can be. The man's been doing it for 30 years, y'all. Almost 30 years. Working with the same company. Thank you for the sprinkles, guys. I really do appreciate it. So again, you know, it is said that you do your busted canvas with a canvas board, but I am using, or better said, reusing a piece of a box for my backside. So if you have the canvas board, go ahead and use it, of course. I actually found canvas boards, because I do have those, because I have them for my art students, but they're only 6x6s. They're small. Alrighty, that didn't take too long, I did it. Okay, so first order is to decoupage our main page that I'm going to use, this one right here, and I'm gonna make sure that I center it. And I love this page because it has the words autumnal, autumny, equinox. You know, I thought it was kind of fun because it has all that. So, and then it has the leaves that we had on the other page. So we are going, and I did print, because I was using a cardboard versus using a canvas, I did print this on cardstock versus regular printer paper. So that was the only like difference there, was because I wanted to make sure that I had, you know, a sturdier base. Ah, come on, glue, that's too much. My tip is clogged, that's why I had to open it like that. I'm gonna have to clean out that bottle tip when we get done. Again, I'm just gonna put a little bit of some water here. And this just helps the fluidity. And honestly, if you ever look up recipes to make homemade Mod Podge, it's literally school glue and water. So, if you ever wondered, right? Just in case if you ever wondered. And I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to put this on here, we're going to dry it, and then reactivate it with our iron, okay? Thank you to everybody for taking time from your Saturday. I hope you will enjoy the rest of this event. We have a very talented lineup Miss Wendy has put together for our viewing entertainment and inspiration, because I'm inspired every time I watch other crafters create. I am so inspired. Welcome in, everybody. If you haven't already, please send those foxes out. I would appreciate it. They love going out into the world and exploring and meeting new friends. Okay. So we are quickly going to give this a quick dry. And again, see? I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Did it? I have some, see that? Cat glue right there. You can tell which one, I can tell which one of my cats left their evidence behind. And ever since I installed the little cat window here next to my desk, they have been absolutely loving it and enjoying it like no tomorrow. So, I think that's about centered, right? Maybe. I think that's about centered. Where did I just add it? What did, oh, as it fell down. Now I know that a bigger piece obviously here would make things easier, but again, it is small. That box of the pre-cut parchment papers is small enough I can keep in my drawer here right next to my desk, and it also when I'm working with smaller elements, which I tend to do a lot more. I tend to work with smaller elements. I don't do decor items as often, so for me, especially like if I'm doing a little tag, a pocket, or even my journal cover, you know, a small size like this is fine. Okay, so I think we've got it all. I think it's all nice and adhered. Maybe do a little bit more over here. Okay, so that part is done. Now I have this image of this cat made up of fall colors and leaves. I absolutely love it, so I'm gonna actually fussy cut it out, and that's gonna be like my main focal point. So I am going to work on this part right now. I know I'm gonna lose some of the different, you know, textures of the fur, but it'll be alright. And I was planning on cutting the excess branches off because I just think those are a little weird. And this fuzzy cat reminds me of my long-haired cat Stormy, and just that temperament that is exuded by this image, because she is a sassy pants. She is our only long-haired cat. She is also one of the smallest ones that we have, even though she does have Maine Coon in her, which is the largest cat breed, or at least the largest domesticated cat breed. How about that? And yeah, that's she tends to be one sassy little girl, but she's my baby. She knows when I'm not feeling well and snuggles with me. She comes and checks up on me. She'll lay down and right next to me if I'm not feeling well. If I'm overwhelmed, she cuddles with me and her purrs calm me down. So I will take her sass, and when she's like, nope, I don't want you to pet me anymore, I don't want you to kiss on me anymore, I will take that, because when I'm not feeling well, she gives it all. And not to say that I don't love our other cats, because I do. It's just a little bit of a different connection. Miri comes and hangs out with me. She loves to be wherever I'm at, and she's the one that most of you know as the craft room kitty. Stormy, when she comes into my craft room, she tends to terrorize things, and so I really try for her not to come in, because that's how things end up usually broke, is because of her. But again, you know, actually my therapist, she has documentation from my therapist that she is my emotional support cat. But honestly, they all are, because They all are just so sweet and they make you smile even when, you know, things are not the best. Now I will say, if you are ever fussy cutting, moving your paper, not your scissors, helps a lot. I still move my scissors some, but for the most part it's mainly the paper that I move, so that way I'm not exuding more on my hands. I do suffer from carpal tunnel, so it's one of the reasons why I don't fussy cut as, like, I don't sit down and fussy cut. I know there's people that love to do it and it's very calming to them. It hurts, so I can't. Alright, so this beautiful kitty is going to be our focal point right here in the middle. But I do want to do something around her. So, I had it here. Oh, here we go. So I have a doily, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the outside of the doily to go around the cat. But I do want to ink it up. So we are going to ink this baby up. And we'll ink up also the edges of our cat. So thank you very, very much again, Miss Wendy, for hosting this event. I know events take a lot of time to put together and to run, and then you also have your job and your grandkids. So thank you very much for all that you do for the crafting community. Hello there, Cultivating Keepsakes. Welcome in, friend. Thank you so much for popping in. I truly appreciate that. Like I said, we're gonna go see the Outcast Crafter as soon as I am, well, or hopefully soon. Okay, so we're going to just dirty up my edge here of this. This was an oval doily that I've used parts of for other crafts. I've cut it up, so you know, that's, you don't have to use doilies whole. You can take bits and pieces of them. Especially the larger ones sometimes are a little harder to utilize. But lots of fun though. Yes, go get ready, dear. Thank you so very much for being here. I appreciate you more than you know. I'm excited to see what she's gonna be making. Okay, so let's get this cut up so that I can put it down and so we can start busting out our canvas. Alright. Okay, so obviously we're going to need to cut this. So I'm actually just going to cut around the edge. I'm gonna get rid of the middle piece, but I'm not gonna throw it away because I'll use that for something. Stamp images on it, something. I never throw stuff away, which might be half of my problem. Welcome in, Eden, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Truly appreciate it. Okay, so we have our first cut right here. Then we're going to cut here. So let's see. Actually might need to cut a little more, but that's totally alright. Oh, I cut a little too much now. That'll work. Then we'll do this side. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and glue sections down so that we can get this rolling. Okay, so we have that part there, and then we can glue this part. So all I'm doing is I'm making this work for me. And I needed it to be a lot tighter of a fold than what it was. So that's all we're doing, is just making it work for us. So, you know, kind of like the canvas, I didn't have the exact thing. Well, I made it work, and that's what it comes down to. You make it work. This might actually work better right here. Hello there, Miss Elizabeth. Welcome in, dear. Thank you so much for popping in. I really, really do appreciate it. I hope that you are having a blessed Saturday. Again, thank you to everybody who has come in. It is always a blessing for you guys to want to come and join me. It means a lot. It really does. So up after me is Miss Rosa from the Outcast Crafter. So make sure that you're sticking around so that you can watch her and see what lovely creativity she is going to bring, because everybody has such a unique version of things. And like I said, this, soon as I heard busting into fall, I was like, I want to do a busted canvas, even though right now it doesn't look like I'm doing a busted canvas, but that's what I'm working on. That's just where my brain went to, was, oh, I'm doing a busted canvas. So because that's busting into fall. And I am doing a lovely fall kitty. Had this beautiful print that I've been wanting to use now for a while. And so I am actually very happy that I get to use it. Hello there, Miss Raven. Welcome in. Thank you for popping in, friend. All of the friends are out to play now. How fun. Absolutely lovely. So welcome in, everybody. Welcome to the Busting into Fall event hosted by Miss Wendy from Dusty Granny. And this is her event group. So make sure that you are following her and the group and everybody else that will be popping on today, because this is going to be absolutely lovely. So this is where our cat's going to sit. So that's what it's going to look like. Well, I'm glad you like my nails. It's definitely that time of the year, so of course I'm already in the season for Halloween. And if you know me, you know that I absolutely love Halloween. It's one of my favorite seasons of the year, and yes, for me it's a whole season, it's not just a day. People be like, it's not a season, it's just a holiday. No, not for this gal. For this gal, it's a whole thing. Should have used a different glue bottle for this part because this is a little too much. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's why I was like, I have to use it. I just have to use it. It is perfect. Like, if we're gonna do fall, we're gonna use it. And I was like, yep, that's what I'm doing. And so that's gonna go right there. And I'm just gonna use some of this right quick. So I will be cutting up my canvas to make the busted canvas, and I will post the picture of it because I do not have enough time to cut it for you guys, but that is what we're working on. I want to make sure that I get all my components glued properly, so take that time. And so as you guys saw, I've used paper in multiple different ways for this project. We had cardboard. We've used cardboard, as y'all can aptly see. I did not have a boarded canvas, so this is what I had. This is going to be what I'm going to cut. So this was the canvas that we prepared. We added the paper facing upward so that when I glue this down and I go to cutting, I'm gonna see those leaves. Okay, so that is all that is missing at this point, is to glue this and then cut through my board and pull and roll the sides up. Okay, so that is what I will be working on, and I will then take a picture of it so you guys can see it all nice and finished. Please go and watch the Outcast Crafter. She is on, and thank you so very much. I love you guys very, very much. Have a wonderful weekend.